Welcome. This is David Bowles, Human Meme. Today's topic? On kneeling. I've been thinking a lot, for some reason, over the past few days, thinking about the idea of kneeling. I've been running over the idea, ruminating about lowering yourself, putting yourself below another person, getting on one knee or both knees, and lowering your head and making your plea or tending your offer. Kneeling has now become a political tool. Kneeling is important, traditionally, in a marriage proposal. Kneeling discovers its everlasting life in the church. Kneeling is a way to bring yourself down to a kid's level. We don't kneel every day, but kneeling does confirm your humanity. Kneeling demonstrates who you are, or where you want your wishes to land. Kneeling is not about pride or ego. Kneeling is about the other person, the other greater idea that is causing you to kneel. I recently said this on Twitter. Grief passes through a community and breaks the leg into kneeling. And in that tweet, I included an image. I was commenting on the image of a small black ribbon nailed to the front porch of an 1880s Midwest homestead. The ribbon of grief was the signal, the semiotic expectation, and the kneeling flowed from the loss and into respect for the dead. So if you want forgiveness from a person, or from a greater something, falling on your knees can be an effective start on that path to redemption. Kneeling is forgiveness, and prayer, and marriage, and joy in the act, and kneeling is the longing in the message. And my human meme friend, we must allow ourselves to fall. Fall to our knees. Fall without catching ourselves on the way down. And we cannot be too tall or too proud to lower our bodies to another in deference and respect. And I know, you know, as I know, there are some people in this world who would never in their lives bow down or dare to kneel to another human being, or kneel to the idea of something greater than their own ego. And isn't that a sad and silly thing? And those non-kneelers also never admit to being wrong. They never apologize for anything. They live in their own little non-kneeling world where everything must bow down to them, kneel to them, and only them. And so we know some people will use that act, that semiotic image of kneeling, to con you, to put one over on you. Oh, they'll fall on bended knee, and they'll beg. They'll beg you for a favor, or forgiveness, or even that preceptor of evil. They beg you out of your money. So yes, there can be deceit in the kneeling, and we always have to be wary and aware of what unkind things are being perpetrated against us to trick us down the daisy lane. And isn't that some kind of world we live in now, where kneeling can be questioned? Kneeling is questioned just because you never know who is playing a con against you, or who's trying to manipulate your feelings behind the scenes, who's trying to play off your respectful upbringing. But that does not mean we should stop kneeling or implore people to stand up and get off the floor. No, it only means we need to judge, determine, evaluate. Earnestness, but never loftiness. And that earnestness in kneeling can be hard to figure out with a professional liar and con man, con woman behind the foot steadying the deceitful knee. Oh, and those folks know just how to make the right eye contact and how to move in space and how to find just the right spot in your heart for manipulation. It's almost better to deal with someone who never kneels than to deal with the false kneeler, who is all too eager to always take to bended knee for private self-profit. And on the greater stage, some of the hardest and most challenging exercises, workout exercises we have, require bending your knee. Lunges, duck walks, child's pose, squats, curtsy lunges. And with those lunges, both forward and backward, you perform them really well, perfectly, when your kneeling knee is just about an inch from touching the floor. But it never actually lands on the floor. It's a false kneeling, in some ways, a take-back of an action you never really accomplish. But that take-back is an excellent exercise for practicing lower body power and learning how to lift your entire body from bended knee to prove the point of the act in progress. You tempt a kneeling without actually committing, and yes, you then learn your lesson, because those lunges can, if you're doing it the wrong way, hurt your knee. But if you do them right, your whole leg is better, stronger, faster in process for that failed false effort of almost kneeling. You find success in not finishing the act, instead of resting upon that kneecap. So failing to kneel by design may not always make us stronger, because we fail to make ourselves vulnerable to the implicit act of dedication. And so we are forced to determine the separation between the sweat and the swearing. And we wonder if we might be more pious or more forgiving or more malleable in the arms of another. Practice your lunges. They help make for good kneeling later. Means you can get up off your knees without making a fool of yourself. And there's no shame, and only honor in actually taking a knee to show someone else or something else that you care, and that you get it, and that, yes, you are a master of the human condition, where a bruised knee is a small price to pay for lifting up another person. A person who deserves your honor and your acknowledgement of the greater joy of their inherent goodness. Thank you for listening. Be a human meme.